So I just wanted to come on here and show you guys how we have the planner created in Canva. This is not a tutorial. This is just basically me giving you an overview of how it's created. We do start in Canva. Canva only allows you so many pages per each canvas, if you will. So you only get about 100 pages to design out that it can host before you have to start making copies. This is actually about 97 pages, and this is just January to February. So we have to copy and copy and copy to do each month. Once we have finally completed the copies to get the full month planned out, then we can go ahead and save it and download it and save it, and then put it in PDF format. This way we can have it flattened. And then once we have it all flattened and all the pages organized properly, then we can go ahead and get ready to print. This one is over 500 pages, and we do print front and back, which is great because that is a huge planner. And for this order, it was just January to June, so it's only the first half of the planner. So this is just me going through the pages right now, making sure everything is in order, making sure I don't miss anything before I go ahead and do a print. All right, so this is the actual printing process. Right now I'm showing that it is the meal plan days, and we're printing on front and back. So once this is completed, which generally we give ourselves a couple of weeks to do it, but we had time to go ahead and get this order out. But it usually takes a couple of days to print and get it all done. We were able to go ahead and just go in real quickly, get this one printed out in a day, primarily in a day, and then go ahead and get it ready and set for binding. So now that it's done printing, we can go ahead and go into the next step. That is a baby beast. That's over 250 pages, but it's front and back. So we will go ahead and look through it, review it, make sure everything is in order, there's nothing missing, nothing printed blank, and then we can go ahead to the next step. Okay, so we look good. So now we can take our cardstock, which is 110-pound paper, and go ahead and get the front cover printed. So I'm just going to pop that in. I'll run over to the computer, make sure I get the cover sheet all together, and then we'll get it printed out and ready to laminate. So there's the finished print. I'm going to go get it set. Then the lamination paper. I already preheated the laminator, so it's on about 3 mil for this paper. You can always look to see which mil you have on the packaging. But this one is a 3 mil, and we're doing a hot lamination, not a cold. Our machine does both. We did get this laminator from Walmart. It's really inexpensive. So what I have to do is cut the corners. There's a lot of excess down there. I'm just going to round off, take the little extra off, and then it'll be all set. Okay, so now I'm pulling out our cinch. This is how we get the holes into the paper. It's kind of a dual process. We have to do little extra steps to get the holes cut properly through each of the pages, but I'm going to show you how that looks. We have to make sure we're lining it up just right to get the holes. Now that I've got all the holes cut out, I have my wire binding. So I'm just going to pop that onto the side, because the cinch does the whole process. It helps in the whole process. I'm just going to drop it on the side, and then I can go ahead and start loading the paper into it. We do load the first two pages, the back page and the cover page, together. This way it's a seamless flip whenever flipping through the spirals. You don't want them to open up. So I will show you guys how I get that loaded in, and then we can move on from there. Here I did find an error. The cut was too far to the end, so the paper had no extra to actually go in the binding. So I had to reprint and then come back to get it loaded properly. And there's the corrected versions. All right, so I've done loading, and this is me just showing how the spiral looks. Now we can go ahead. We've checked to make sure we're on a 1-inch bind, and then we are going to just press it down so that it holds together. I do it one more time just to make sure everything is nice and flush, that there's no gaps in there so the pages don't come through. And then we can go ahead and check it to make sure everything is nicely bound together without any issues, any pages dipping out, all of that. I'm just going to flip, make sure it can hold up, make sure nothing falls out. And I get to be a little rough with it at this point because we want to make sure we're sending a product that can hold up. If we can't be rough with it, then the person who gets it can't either, and that's not a good thing. So that's just me checking it. Looks like it held up well. Everything just was perfect. Everything printed. I didn't see any extra issues with it. So this one is all done and ready to be sent off to its new owner. Thanks for watching. Deuces.